Hello and welcome to the start of my newest Let's Play. Today, Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. Today we're going to be playing on the GameCube version, as you can see here. It's the one I grew up playing, so, you know, I'm used to it. Let's see, I did a little testing around just to make sure things work on there. I wouldn't really worry about that file too much, though. I guess we'll just do file 3. Oh, I can just delete? Well, if that's how we delete, we'll just delete that. No need to have a test file. I've played this game before. I was just, making sure, for recording's sake, that this would work out pretty well. So this game is on Steam, I believe. I don't really have a lot of experience with that version specifically. I want to say it works fine, but I really haven't looked into it. Anyway, this was kind of like Sonic's big foray into 3D. He did have some 3D entries before this one, but this is kind of the one that really kind of kicked off that era of Sonic. Now, as you can see, there are multiple characters to select, but we cannot actually select any of them other than Sonic. So, guess what?
Let's get him.
We're going to start with Sonic, because I just don't have a choice in the matter. The characters all have their own little gimmicks, but we'll just go over them as they become relevant, because you don't need to know it for quite some time, because, well, we're going to do all of Sonic's story first. Now, this game has a little hub world called Station Square here, and let me tell you, it is so comfy. If big cities were like this, I would not mind living in one. Hello, little glow ball. And there he is. Blue Blur himself.
Oh yeah! This is happening.
I quote that line so many times. In real life. Also great driving there, fellas.
What's up?
The amount of scenes in this game that I could just, tell you without the dialogue actually appearing because I've played this so much as a kid. Quite high, quite high. The lines, they just live in my head rent-free. Anyway, this guy.
Completely surrounded. Surrender yourself.
What did he even do? He's just chilling. Like, he literally hasn't done anything.
Lock on target, man. Ready? Fire!
Like, he could be friendly for all you know. No, they just start unloading on him. And they all missed his obvious weak point.
Oh no! Our weapons are useless. Retreat! All personnel, fall back!
He's moonwalking behind some rings. Great camera placement.
Oh yeah! This could be fun.
Blood Knight Sonic strikes again. And he collects rings in the cutscene, which means I'm pretty sure we actually start with those rings. Gives us a little safety buffer. Anyway, yeah, instead of starting in a level, they actually start us off in a boss fight. I say that it's a boss fight, and it is, but it's not a particularly difficult one. All you have to do is homing attack him in the head 3 times, and he goes down super easy. After the second hit, though, he does start jumping around, but it really doesn't matter.
I'll play with you some other time.
And that's all for that big drip. 21 seconds? Yeah, it's about average for that, I would say. Come on, Sonic. Kick his butt, because apparently he's a bad guy. Look, he's just a little
Come
puddle.
on, you big drip. Where you going?
Come on, you big drip. Oh, I love that. And he disappears into the sewers. What a shame. So much for that, huh, Sonic? What's this?
You know nothing, fool. It's Chaos, the god of destruction.
Oh, so maybe he is a bad guy. Eggman, why are you just, like, standing on that building, laughing in the rain? Like, for what purpose? I mean, genuinely, why was Chaos even there? Wow. We'll say it doesn't matter. I think this is a couple days later, maybe.
Huh?
Nice biplane.
What? Tails?
You...
Watch out!
Yeah.
You're gonna crash! Ah!
I've seen too many edits of that one. Well, oof.
Tails!
That sounded like it
What am
hurt.
I gonna do with you?
Well, make sure he's alive, probably. That would be a good start. Alright. And now everyone is phased into existence. Fun fact, Sonic can in fact drown in this pool, I'm pretty sure. Not that you should let him do that. You can actually go around talking to the NPCs, and it's very funny because a lot of them actually have, like, story arcs that come and go as the course of the game, which is very interesting. Except for this kid, that's Mr. Know-It-All. I don't like talking to him. He's like a tutorial guy, and I don't need that. Anyway, we're on to Stage 1, Emerald Coast. This is kind of like the real start of the game. Chaos Fight really isn't a whole lot. So you have a couple options. You can just homing attack with A. I mean, A is also what you use to jump, and then you can charge up a spin dash with B. It gets you a little movement. It's something. It's not, like, usually super necessary, but it exists as a movement option. There are some skips you can perform with it. I'm not super good at that sort of thing, so I probably won't. Anyway, we can homing attack enemies to defeat them as well. And they drop little animals once you do so. I will be doing nothing with the animals myself. I know that's a little disappointing to, you know, if you're actually a fan of that mechanic. I am neutral on it, which, I think it's done way better in the sequel, for one, which, even in that game, I'm not a particular, like, fan of. Again, it's okay. It's the Chow Garden, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. This playthrough will not be covering the Chow Garden at all. In fact, I highly doubt I'll even go into the Chow Garden. But I know a lot of people are fans of it, I'm just not. Anyway, I'm kind of ignoring the fact that we're just running from a killer whale there. So that was something that happened. Also, why are there these metal grates that are just, like, trying to guillotine me on the beach? Like, come on. That's not cool. What if I wasn't Sonic? What if I was just a normal person? That's such a safety hazard. I guess, you know, maybe all the loop-de-loops are probably a safety hazard too, but, you know, at least they're not, like, lethal. Anyway, we can run up on the side of this wall here and miss the speed power-up like a silly person. Thankfully, we don't actually need it to run on the wall, and it gives us a little shortcut. The bottom path there just has some water, so it's a little slower, but it's not really a huge difference either way. And we'll go up, see Daisy, and get up over here. Say goodbye to you, Mr. Monkey. And am I gonna get... Nope, no traps? Okay, cool. I bet you I probably could have spin dashed over here, huh? Unless there's a death wall, which there could have been. I know they have a few death planes in this game. Anyway, these are little jump panels. You just jump on them and they take you to the next place. Funny enough, they have springs to get around doing that, so I'm not sure why they introduced that here, since it didn't really seem particularly necessary, but oh well. Anyway, we'll just collect a few more ring doodles, and that's actually the end of the level already. Very short level, I say, but it took me about 3 minutes to clear. Didn't even feel like it. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Yeah, not bad.
Anyway, level C completed does not mean I got like a C rank on this. All of the missions have a C, B, and A sort of mission to them. We'll only be doing mission C though, since that's the one for the story, and I don't plan on covering the other content aside from the story.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Because it takes a million years to go through it.
What happened anyway?
Not as bad as Sonic Adventure 2 though. Oh boy, when we get there, you will know what I mean. Because I won't be covering that either when we get there.
It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Why not just use my plane, the tornado?
Thanks, but you gotta check out my newest power supply. Ta-da!
Dang, where'd you get that?
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep, I I just happened to find one of
you know, as you do.
during one of my test fights.
They just show up
This thing's got
randomly.
unlimited power, you know. So I figured, why not use it to power my plane?
Unlimited power, and you just want to power your plane with it.
You gotta come over to my workshop, Sonic.
Simple
I've
goals,
got
at least.
something I've gotta show you. It's in the Mystic Ruins. The fastest way is by train. Let's go.
Now, if the audio balancing sounded a little weird right then, like, you know, maybe the cutscene's music in the background was disproportionately loud to how, you know, the characters' voices volume was, that's not something I really have much control over. That's just how the game is. The audio balancing's bad. just straight up. Some things are loud, some things are quiet. It just is. I can try to do some adjusting in post to make it a little better, but there's only so much I can do. Anyway, I think if we jump over here, right? Yeah. There's a little emblem just kind of chilling up here. Kind of just interesting. It's sitting there. There's a few secret emblems in the overworld. I will get the ones that I remember, but if I miss some, don't hold it against me. Like I said, this 100% is not 100% playthrough. I know I said that for like OT. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna 100% it. This one I absolutely am not 100%ing. It is a miserable 100%. And once we go up those
If
stairs,
it isn't Sonic!
it's this guy,
Look, it's a giant talking egg.
a giant talking egg.
I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world!
Henceforth known as
Whatever you
Eggman.
say, Eggman.
Right there.
Enough! I've got big plans!
Yeah, this is kind of like the last major game to call him
No,
Robotnik.
that's no good. Now what do you want?
I want all of the Chaos Emeralds! Better not interfere! Or else!
Don't interfere or I'll like hit you with a drill or something.
You big loser.
Or else I'll take them from you by force! The hard way!
Oh boy, what's he gonna do? Oh no, it's some thrusters? Maybe? I don't know, it doesn't look that different actually. Well, sounds like he wants a fight, so we'll bring it on. And now we're already on the second boss, the Egg Hornet. Trust me, they'll get spaced out a bit more once we actually get going more with the game. They just start us off with a couple boss fights for good measure. Anyway, he doesn't do a whole lot. You get a couple missile volleys, and then he'll just start trying to drill you into the ground. You just kind of hit him while he's stuck in the dirt. And rinse and repeat 3 times. There is not a lot to this one. We'll just spin around a bit, I guess, while waiting.
Full system! Full power!
Woo! Oh. Listen, the movement in this game is fun. I got distracted by just spinning, okay? Can you blame me, though? You probably could. But you won't, because you're nice like that. Come on, try to hit me.
Full system!
Yeah, I'm not even close to standing over there, Eggman.
Gonna get away with this!
You're not gonna get away with this? I think I will, actually. I don't think you have much say in the matter. Oops. Going a little too wild there. That's fine. So when you get hit, you do lose all of your rings. And if you get hit while you have no rings, you die. That being said, as long as you have 1 ring, you're functionally immortal. So the quantity of rings you have really doesn't matter.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
So honestly, just feel free to get hit as many times as you want. It's like, oh, but my score, whatever. It doesn't matter. Rings are just a number in this game as far as I'm concerned. Sounds a little squishy.
Well, that wasn't so hard.
Tails, why are you doing that? You're walking in place holding an emerald in your hand. Of course it's gonna get stolen. That was pathetic, Tails.
Come on, Chaos! Time to eat!
Chaos?
What does this emerald taste like anyway? It is purple, so ape, I guess? It's kind of like a rock candy.
Oh no, isn't that the same monster I saw the other day?
Yeah, he was just chilling. And you beat him up for no reason. He's a little bigger.
Stone tablets predicted.
Yes. Gotta balance that out a bit, Chaos. Looking like a charger from Left 4 Dead.
And work for me.
If you know what I mean.
We'll destroy Station Square. And on its ruins, I'll build Robotnik Land, the ultimate city, where I will rule it all.
Wouldn't it be easier just to use the city that's already there
Find another emerald, shall we?
instead of destroying it to build a new one? Like at that point, all you just are wanting is the land, not the actual city, and plenty of other land.
Sonic! We can't let him get away with this, can we?
No way, Tails.
Without more emeralds, the monster can't transform. So, it's up to us to get the emeralds before Eggman does, huh?
Yep, that sounds about right. So we kind of have our little plot objectives laid out for us. We have to get emeralds. I'm pretty sure we can go up here. Whoops. You can fall off there, so try not to. I know you can get up here somehow. How does that go? Did this in my test recording. I jump up off the stairs? Yeah, I did. You can spin dash and get all the way onto the roof. And you can see over there, there is an emblem. Now, how are we going to get that? I think we can spin dash to get it. Some emblems you have to be specific characters to get, so like if you see one, sometimes you just can't get it. I think we can get it. Oh yeah, easily. So we got 3 emblems already, not too bad. And we can just spin dash back over here. Let's see. We can grab this little windstone. Looks like a key. Design must mean something. Well, I'll just tell you what it means. It means we have to bring it over here. So we just grab the key and we put it in this little indentation that, well, is the same color as it. It's a square base to insert it into. And we can jump right into stage 2, Windy Valley. Get the Chaos Emerald. Windy Valley to me is really more of like a standard stage than Emerald Coast is. Like to me, this is way more of that like first stage vibe. I don't know. I know it's not the first stage, but it feels more like one. Like it channels that sort of like Green Hill energy, if that makes sense. I'm sure some of you at least know what I'm getting at. Ooh, don't actually fall off. Anyway, that bridge crumbles, but if you jump, you can, in fact, get a little 1-up at the end of it. And we can just throw ourselves into a tornado. Brilliant plan there, Sonic. Not sure why you thought to do that, but we'll go with it. Anyway, if we just ascend here, we'll find some jump panels, which jump, brings us up here. And jump on this little springy doodle as well. Yoinky shpoinky. There we go. And with that, I'm pretty sure we're actually already out of the tornado here pretty soon. Yeah, just right up here. And there we go. Now we're on to like the second half of the stage. That was Act 1. This is like Act 2. Now, I'm pretty sure if you actually have a well-positioned jump, you can kind of fall. And like, if you can navigate around the death planes, you can actually just fall to the end of the level. But I won't be doing that because that skips the level, and what would be the point of me recording it then? But yeah, just know it's an option. At least it is on other characters go through this stage, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, all this little section has mostly is these pretty straight pathways with a few loop-de-loops. There's really nothing too crazy here. Little tornado-y bit, and we got this. We'll just jump up there, barely making it. We get another shield. I already had one though, so it didn't do anything. And we'll springy doodle up here. Yeah, I think it's from here you can definitely just jump to the end. definitely from here you can. That's what I was thinking of. But again, that would skip level, and why would I bother with that? Actually, I'm pretty sure the level's almost over, isn't it? Like, we'll be there in, like, less than 30 seconds, which... The levels do get longer. Don't worry about that. They definitely get longer. Anyway, up we go, then down we go. Swirly, swirly. And, yep, there it is. Under 3 minutes, which I'd say is a pretty good time. Blue Emerald acquired. 250, not bad. 179 rings.
Yeah,
All right.
not bad.
Not bad, I agree. And that is our 4th emblem. All right, not too bad.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Well, like that train said, Station Square is going to be where we head to next, but we will do that in the next episode. I think 2 levels and 2 bosses is pretty good progress for 1 episode. Anyway, I'm going to try something a little different with this series. I'm actually going to do the proper YouTuber outro thing. I've never really done that, like, too frequently. I mean, in Ace Attorney, you know, I usually have someone else do it because I feel weird doing it, but to experiment, I will try it in this series. So, let's see if I can get this right. If you like the video, please do leave a thumbs up. It greatly helps with the algorithm, but what helps even more with the algorithm is leaving a comment. More importantly, though, I just really enjoy reading comments. And, well, honestly, that's more motive to me than the actual algorithm itself, as this is a hobby channel, not an actual job. Please do, in fact, though, subscribe if you want to see more, because, you know, that gives you a notification and relies on you actually looking at your subscription tab instead of the, you know, whatever tab, home tab. I'm going to abbreviate this in future videos. Wow, that was a mouthful of an outro, and I didn't even get to the point concisely. Anyway, we'll see you in the next episode.